Hey guys, what's going on? It's Newbie here, and I am bringing you a cast. It's the first one since Christmas, so Merry Christmas everybody, and I hope you had a blast. Today I'm bringing you a 1 versus 1, and it is me, Heddy, spawning at the bottom left, and Eule spawning up as the blue Protoss in the top right. The map is Blistering Sands, and I think that's the first time I've ever told you what map it is, because I'm rubbish at map names. And I always forget. I should really write that stuff down. Anywho, so yeah, I had a good Christmas. Me and the wife had a fairly quiet one. It's the first time we've had Christmas dinner in our own home. We usually go to one of our parents and get a Christmas dinner cooked and whatnot, but my wife cooked Christmas dinner for the first time this year, and it was awesome. So yeah, I am enjoying being back and played some StarCraft. However, I didn't get a lot of gaming. Well, that's a lie. I got a lot of gaming in, but I didn't have time to do much of anything else, unfortunately. So here I am casting to make up for lost time. My Protoss opponent is opening with a Forge, so we could be looking at some cheese, but it's pretty hard to cannon rush a Zerg, to be honest, because this creep, you can't place the cannons on creep, so he doesn't have the range to reach the hatchery. Whereas I'm grabbing my gas super duper early, because I plan to go roaches in this build. As I've been playing a lot of Baneling, and it's good, but it gets slightly boring, and I need to learn how to do other things. So I've been playing roaches, and they've been pretty awesome. And it would seem my opponent is just using the cannons for a bit of a wall-in, obviously scared of some kind of Zergling run-by. So yeah, this is always the boring bit, getting my spawning pool before my hatch, but when I realised that he was actually walling in, I figured he's going for a bit of a macro game, so I decided to get my hatchery up early as well, because I'm not expecting any kind of push whatsoever, because that's 450 mineral on static defences and there's not even a gateway up yet. So sending my overlord in to have a little nosy to see what's going on. And I like to sit an overlord in this gap here just to scout for things running across, and if I do get stalkers or whatever to start sniping it, I could just fly him up over here and save his life. Now my overlord does spot this probe, who is going to be setting up a cannon defense at these back rocks, which isn't a bad idea. It stops any busts coming through. But yeah, so completely walled in here, so it looks as if the guy is not going for any kind of push whatsoever. He's just playing solely defensive. He's just turtling up, which is fine by me. I love that when a player does that, because as Zerg, it just allows me to get a huge army, and when they do decide to push out, they just get overwhelmed. Now I do have my gas up and only just transferring probes, so that was a good minute before I did that, so I need to work on that a little bit. No metabolic boost on the way just yet, as my hatchery just finished, whereas my opponent is only just there we go, just getting his first gateway now. So if I was confident enough, I probably could have tried to bust through this back door with some early lings, but lings take an absolute age to bust through these rocks. But now that that cannon's up, that would be a no-go anyway. So fairly defensive start from my opponent, so as I say, it allows me to just macro up, getting my second gas and getting my roach warren on the way, and mutating my my lair. I've got some larvae sitting there that's not very good. Supply capped again. I need to work on that. I need to start working overlords into my rotation, even just like one every cycle, just to keep my supply cap optimal. But there we go. That's a ridiculous wall in that nobody in their right mind is ever going to break through. And I've just noticed, actually, sorry, my quality is actually pretty dire. I have to lower my settings for when I'm live streaming, and I've obviously forgotten to put them back up again, so sorry for the poor models and whatnot, but it's the game you're after, not the beauty, I suppose. But yeah, my live streaming, if you haven't checked out my live streaming, it is livestream.com/teh n00bie, and check it out. I don't live stream all the time, but I generally try and stream whenever I'm playing. so technically it would be all the time, but I've not been playing all that often recently, so there is a couple of VODs up on there, so if I'm not live you could catch up on what you've missed. Or, of course, subscribe to this channel and you will never miss out on anything. Getting some lags going on. No production for me, I keep forgetting to bring tabs up. And my queen is starting to spread that creep, which is slight. What is with this lag? Lowest settings and I'm still lagging, that's fantastic. Anyway, starting my creep spread pretty late, so I'm being lazy on that front. I'm generally quite good at spreading my creep now, getting 5 or 6 tumors on the go, spreading across the map. Holy crap! I apologise for this lag. There's not much I could do about it, to be honest, except bitch and moan like, well, a little bitch, I guess, which is exactly what I'm doing. So I will need to look in. I'm still getting 30 FPS apparently, but it really doesn't seem that way at all. Everything's jittering about and being all crap and horrible. But we do have warp gate technology on the way from my opponent super late, 8.5 minutes into the game, only just halfway finished researching with 2 gates. So I don't know what this guy has been doing. He hasn't even secured his natural, which would be the purpose of this wall in, I guess. So he should have really been concentrating more on his macro. I think he's been a bit slow perhaps, I don't know. But he's not too bad on economy, I guess. As I do have my Sigma base with 3 probes mining it, so it's not like I'm miles ahead. But we do see the metabolic boost and weapons melee upgrade, level 1 on the way. Now I figured the reason for this is I hadn't seen my opponent for a while. I knew he was walling in, and generally at this level it means they're either going mass voids or blink stalkers, so I thought I'll be ready for the mass voids, and I completely missed that. The Nidus network. Oh, I knew he was walled in pretty tight, and I found myself a sweet little spot up in the top left of my opponent's base. So I just start streaming all my units in. So that's 3 pages worth of roaches and lings, and we should see this popping up fairly soon. Getting the Hydra den, just in case he sends over a few void rays, because a queen and 1 spore crawler is not going to be able to take care of 3 or 4. So I like to be prepared for all eventualities. And there we go, the Nidus Swarm is just busting through at the same time. There's only 3 gateways here and a handful of stalkers. No blink on the way, no nothing, no weapons upgrades, so I don't know what this guy's been doing, but he's about to pay the price, and I'm about to show you why a walling doesn't work, especially if you don't scout your opponent. So sending my links in as cannon fodder so my roaches can then start dealing that damage, where really I should have done it the other way around. These roaches are way more robust, but never mind, because links with level 1 melee upgrade are just insane damage. So I did think he was going to clean this up, but he seemed to just run out of stalkers, so I managed to take care of that. Still streaming in more units into the Nidus network. I have 14 more roaches on the way that are going to be. He should really have. Now, I was thinking this during the game. I thought, why didn't he go and take out the Nidus worm early? Because like, he's now got these 2 units sat here. He's obviously waiting for more units to warp in. So these guys, they don't have a lot of HP. I mean, the Nidus worm, what they've got, like, I don't even know, but it doesn't take a lot to kill them. And I've allowed myself another wave of reinforcements into the base. Get these Nidus, get these, I've got roaches in the Nidus worm. Such a waste. I could have been doing more damage, but I decided enough of that. I'm gonna take care of these probes. I figured he had another expansion, but he actually doesn't. So it was actually not as spectacular a game as it could have been, but I just wanted to show the power of the Nidus Worm, especially if your player doesn't scout it, or because generally when I used to play Protoss I would have pylons dotted about everywhere, because I'd always be worried about the Nidus Worm, especially if I'd walled in, because generally you're not going to be able to break these cannons with early units like roaches and legs, and you're just going to melt away your units, so the only way to go in is through the back door, which is what I did. He's finally decided that these guys are doing nothing, so he sends them in, but then he backs out, gets a stalker, which I suppose helps a little bit. But these roaches will eat up probes all day long, so it's a fairly comfortable win, but I just wanted to say how much I've been enjoying roaches really, and I've just proved that roaches just are so robust. They took on all those gateway units, and these guys are still absolute ballers. He's got 6 kills, he's got 4 kills, 7 kills, 7 kills, 5 kills. So quite a lot of kills for these guys. These dudes are veterans, and he just leaves the game. He realises it's hopeless. He's got no bases, no probes. Okay, he's got a base, but he's got no probes, so it's game over for him. So yeah, I'm going to try and cast a few more games throughout the day, because I've been playing a lot of ladder today. I think I'm 15 wins to 5 losses or whatever. So I'm going strong. The Zerg Swarm is prevailing, and I have found my class. So yeah, take it easy guys, and remember, subscribe, check out my live stream. Oh yeah, my website teh n00bie.com is complete. All the pages aren't complete, but the general layout and the coding and all that good stuff that's in the background is all set up and good to go. I just need to get around to doing the actual pages. But if you head on over there, I'll put a link in the description so you can check it out, and it is a StarCraft type blog slash video center type thing, so you can keep up to date with everything that is to do with me, because I know you all love me really, because you keep coming back to watch my videos. So anyway, that'll be all for me. I'm going to stop rambling, so okay, thanks and bye bye.